Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Roshan Kakkat. I am the CEO of MediaOne TV channel, coming from India. We are one of the media partners of FII, and we have been collaborating with the FII for the last 5 years. The subject which I am going to talk about here is the new audience. I hope you will enjoy the subject. People say that the audiences are moving away from legacy platform to newer platforms. And this is definitely changing the way of content delivered and consumed. People like us, the broadcasters, we tell a story and we passionately deliver this content to the audience, widest audience like you people. But at the same time, we follow a format, certain standard operating procedures, certain steps, which may be interested and may not be interested from the audience perspective. The audience nowadays, they look for more of a casual content rather than formal content, even if it is a news delivering, big break happening. They prefer to have a sort of soft story, life-touching story, utilities, and answer to the frequently asked questions. So this is how the consumers, from the content perspective, I mean the audience, their perspectives and the content consumed behavior is getting changed, and this brings a lot of challenges to the broadcasters from a content delivery perspective. They will have to look at the content delivery from a different perspective, changing their entire newsroom workflow and introducing the new concept and definitely introducing the talented and vibrant human resources. Nowadays, you know that people prefer to watch the content through their, on their handheld devices. Just think about a family consisting 4 members. Even if the 4 members are together at the home, sitting in the living room and watching a big breaking news taking place on a household TV. And do you think that each and every one of this family would they watch the big breaking news on the household TV? I would say no. Everyone would prefer to watch the content on their handheld devices. So that's what the trending and the changes happening from a content watching perspective. So the introduction of internet services, even in the micro villages of undeveloped countries, and the data availability at affordable cost, and the smart devices definitely at available cost. So this is changing the scenario. So what I'm trying to make the point here is that the broadcasters and the content delivery team, they will have to drastically, change their way of delivering the content. So this is what the point, first of all, I am trying to make it here. And secondly, we will have to follow the 360-degree perspective feedback mechanism and, the response, interaction, directly receiving from the content consumers. There are a lot of software tools which are available, to plug with your existing newsroom workflow and your social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and so on and so forth. So at the real time, from your newsroom operation perspective, you will be able to know that, how much of how many viewership is right now real time watching the content in each platform. So it may be digital platform, and at the same time, it may be the household TV. So if it's a big breaking news happening or it's a newsy day, people will be interested in knowing such breaking news. But at the same time, if it is going to be a dry day, audience will be more interested on consuming soft stories, life-touching story, as I told you before. So this is how the directors of the newsroom should be changing their perspective. So the real time we will come to know that which content is getting into the trending and things like that. So this is the one change happening in the broadcasting industry. So another aspect is that the latest technology introduction. Traditionally, we used to have a big number of systems in our car room and in our workflow management systems, media set management system. So that scenario is totally changed. So all content is sitting in your cloud, and from any part of the world of your, the newsroom operation, you will be able to access the content, source the content, and deliver the content to the expected and target audience in no time. So that's what the technology change is, taking place. So what I'm trying to say is that you will be, in the interest of technology introduction and the latest technology availability in your newsroom, you will be able to source the content from your archive in no time and deliver to the target audience. And you don't need to publish the content one after the other into different distribution platform. The technology provides you a facility to have a single workflow, sitting the entire team under one single umbrella and push the content in one go into different platform. Even you can automate that workflow. Let's say that this news has to publish to the Facebook after 1 hour, and YouTube probably after a couple of hours, but at the same time Twitter, this has to go right away. So this is how a single person will be able to create the content and distribute the content into multiple platforms in one go. So this is what the privilege you have today from a technology perspective. But at the same time, what happens is social media, it provides privilege and opportunity to each and every person to become a media person. And that was not the case 10 years back. Traditionally, we used to have broadcasters, radio station, print publication, and things like that. But today, each one of you can become a media person. You can share your views, your thoughts, and your content into different platforms. But at the same time, this is a kind of double-edged sword. Any person can spread a fake news today to the entire part of the world, and that can change the scenario. But this gives a lot of opportunity and at the same time significant role to the traditional media, saying that the content has to be verified and factually cross-checked and delivered to the people. So although the digital transformation is giving a lot of challenges to the traditional media, from a content factual check perspective, this gives an opportunity to the existing traditional media to exist. The last point I'm trying to make it here is that from a B2B perspective and the sustainable perspective, today traditionally the client used the media for their advertisement push plus the PR activities, but that scenario has completely changed. Today the media has to be a sort of consultant role, and they will have to provide the solution to the client. So only then the client will be interested and they are ready to do the business with you. So the 2 points which I am trying to share with you is that, of course, the way content used by the targeted audience is drastically getting changed, and the entire media room has to align to that, the consumer expectation. And at the same time, from a B2B perspective, the traditional way of doing advertisement and the PR activity has been changed, and it has to be from a solution perspective. I hope you get my point, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much.